Okay, so first of all, thank you very much for all the people that have been waiting for this patiently. The reason we went ahead very slowly is because I was working only a couple of days per week, and there's not much you can do in 2 days per week. But now I'm back since what? Next week. This week is still messing about. Yeah, my typical stuff. But now we're back. So next week, give me some days, and next week I'm gonna come back to everyone. All the messages, all the emails. If I don't come back to someone, if I miss someone, don't think anything bad's happened. Just send me a message again, because I may just got them lost or just forget about someone. So updates. These setups are ready. The bad news and good news. I guess you can say that way. Most of it. Wiring loom. I'm not gonna make any wiring looms because it's a huge pain ass. The reason for that is because you have to use the Volkswagen engine loom and the Toyota engine loom. Most of the times I don't have the Toyota engine looms. We have to use some of the sensors, some of the plugs, which you couldn't find brand new to buy. We tried, did we?
We tried. It's really
it's hard work, because you need the plugs from the ECU, the plugs that go to the body, and it's
pointless when the conversion people will have all that loom anyway themselves.
Exactly. So long story short, I'm not gonna make hybrid looms. I don't want to do it. It's just no point. There's not much profit in that, to be honest, and if I have to do it the way I'm happy to do it, no one will pay the money for it, so no point. But the good news is I'm gonna put online on the page, whatever, or even explain, shown.
I can make it into a PDF
even PDF, whatever the file, you know, how to make it, how to hybridize the loom between one and another, and it's gonna be very simple. If you can't make it because you can't be bothered, or you're not comfortable with it, any mechanic or electrician, it's very simple. It's not a big job actually. It's just time consuming, and you need all the parts. But once you have the wiring loom from this engine and the wiring loom from your donor car, well, from your car you converted, you got everything. Everything is there. So that's it. Engine. This, what we're doing with this. Okay, so explain. I say what I'm not gonna do. Now let's say what I am gonna do. So basically, mainly I want to do this setup. So engine, gearbox, the whole thing ready to go in a car. Everything ready to go. Mainly we're gonna put them in our cars to have fun with, but also this, for example, goes into my old grey one, which is right there, and we're gonna sell it. And we'll see how it goes. Also, if obviously it's going to be for a customer as well, if someone wants to swap the MR2, one of these is waiting. I'm not going to do custom stuff. If one setup is already there, bring the car, swap them around, probably a week time.
Probably, yeah.
About a week time, maybe 2, and it's gone. And third option, we're going to send them. Someone wants it, we can send it off. You know, the whole setup, everything. Individual parts, I don't want to do it because too many people complain about too much stuff. There's a lot of people expecting that you buy the engine mounts and the shafts and everything should run. The truth is there is much more stuff to do. You still do it yourself stuff. You still have to be, I'm not saying you have to be fabricated, but you have to be mechanically minded to do it.
Yeah, it's lots of little things.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not just plug and play. It's just like, you know, I'm no bloody fabricator expert, but I worked all out, and the stuff I did, and a few bits of like TIG welding and stuff. I'm no good at that, so Thomas did it. But you couldn't just like have no idea what you're doing, just bolt it on and expect it to work. It's just not how life is.
No.
You know.
So we've done so much development, so much testing and trying and testing, and this works, and then eventually a week or 2 weeks after we find out that it works better if it's tweaked a little bit, or something even better. The cooling system, for example, the cooling system on a Golf or Audis or whatever, it works completely different than in these MR2s. So you have to hybridize it. And if you connect everything, how we know, it will overheat for some reason. We know the reasons, we modify it, everything is sorted, everything is good to go.
I mean, you've even modified it again since mine.
Yeah, this is... Exactly, that's one setup which works, it was good. We had no problems with it, it works great. But I find a way to make it simpler and more efficient, you know, maybe even cleaner or tidier, whatever. That's development. Okay, so now I know, because already someone already asked and there's going to be questions. This question is going to be the warranty on the engine. And I can give you the same warranty on the engine that I have. None. However, the source we got the engines from is very reliable and we didn't have any problems so far.
He drives every car.
Yeah.
Basically, when I first went there, he had some really nice looking engines. And I'm like, could I have that one? He's like, no, because I didn't get to drive that car. And I don't want to sell anything I've never driven, even though that looks good. So I've never driven it, so I'm not going to sell it. So that is trustworthy for me. Because I would have given the money. And he was like, no, don't want to know. Not
Plus, last time I spoke with him, he promised me, he's like, look, there's nothing wrong with these engines. If there's anything wrong, I'll replace it. So he's confident his stuff is good. We never had any issues. We never had to claim anything. It was all good.
Everyone so far has been perfect.
It was good. So it is a good source. This is good stuff. Plus, although I'm just not able to give any warranty, because you have the warranty on these engines when they're new for what, 1 year, 2 years. But when everything is standard, you change the ECU, you put them up on it, you lose the warranty. So it's literally not possible to have a real warranty. I mean, lots of people saying, yeah, you have the warranty, you have this or that. No, it's all rubbish. Realistic is all bullshit, because then it's your fault because you haven't changed the oil in time, or because you have used the oil with a different grade, or because the oil filter was not genuine. We all know this warranty stuff. The realistic warranty is that you want to know the stuff is built properly, has been looked over, checked, and all the stuff. As check goes, what I do on these new sump, once you remove the old sump, I checked all the bottom end, the oil pump, oil pickup.
One of the only problems these cars have, and you check all that. So.
Yeah, check it and fit new sump. Then after we got a new sump, we have new flywheels, new flywheel, new clutch, new starter motor, new water pump. Oh, this is another thing, the timing. The timing on these engines, no matter what has been done, unless it has been changed a day before we bought it, with the pump I can leave it, but that obviously not going to happen. So no matter what, the timing goes and we put a new timing on it, including the water pump, because people do mistakes. Actually, this one, you've seen it. This one had a fresh, really fresh timing belt on it with all the kit.
It's a water pump anywhere. It looks terrible.
No,
I don't know where it is.
I've thrown away. Yeah, I've thrown away.
Yeah.
But the pump was bad. So that's what, 20 quid, 30 quid a pump.
I don't know why.
It doesn't make any difference. So all the stuff new, cleaned a little bit and new.
Yeah, check under the cam cover, everything, just to make
cam cover off. Make sure everything is alright. If something is not alright, it's not going out. But if it's all good, we're happy with, put it back together. New spark plugs. The water fittings around the engine are aluminium. Part of the reason of that, because it's easier to modify, because I can weld the stuff, blanket, and put another sensor and all the stuff. What else?
New thermostat.
New thermostat.
And the housing.
And the housing. New dipstick. Oh wait, this one is only what, 6 quid, but they all break. Yeah, but they all break, so it's good to put them on straight away. Obviously the engine mounts, blah blah, because we have to fit them. Drive shafts. This is the topic that a lot of people were waiting for, asking for, and all the stuff. After long time and lots of money and lots of patience, we have the drive shafts. Now, this company is very good, reliable. I like the quality. I've been inside, I've seen the machining. I'm really happy with them. And the drive shafts are ready to be ordered. The only problem is the price and the waiting time. These are about £700 and the waiting time is between 4 and 6 weeks. They don't include the CV joints. CV joints are only cheap, but you have to add them in the price. The second option is these ones. These are the hybrid ones. These ones we use. These ones are the ones that Steve likes to break for testing.
I don't think I want to break these things.
No. These ones, no. This one's not be able to break. Now these ones, I'm thinking they're going to be about £600, and they are including the CV joints, both of them. This size CV joint, it looks like MR2 one, but it's not. This is much bigger one. So again, stronger. I use brand new shafts. I don't use any old shafts. No rust, no dodgy stuff, no understressed. Brand new stuff, and we make them hybrid. I'm very to be honest, I would choose this over these. These look good, no doubt. You know, it looks fancy and all the stuff, but I think these hold
that's what
as
we're
much.
Next, and I'm going to have what 500-600 horsepower.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they ain't breaking. And I'm on drag radials.
Yeah, sticky tires, launch it, and
basically, if I can't break them, nobody's going to break them. No. So.
And Steve is known for trying to break and stuff. So if he won't break it, you won't break it. If you do break it, we send you another pack.
I think that's version 4, because we've been developing the shafts. Yeah. First we started with ones that are MR2 based, and we've kept developing them, and I've kept trying to break them. Yeah.
The MR2 broke ones. Remember the MR2 ones? Because they're thin, they're small.
They're thin, you know. They might have been okay at real low power, but you know.
The problem is the MR2 shafts are actually very thin here. Apart the CV joint is being smaller than this, but the spline that goes inside the CV joint are very small, much smaller than this, and so the shaft on this side is just weak, and that's what we broke. Well, you broke at the beginning.
This is ½ an inch bigger at least, isn't it? But it still fits much bigger. The standard thing. All the ABS works, everything.
And because on my Frog, the first one that I made hybrid CV joints, remember? I used the Volkswagen, which is huge CV joint, and I machined and cut off just the spline, the outer spline for the flange for the MR2. But these are almost the same size, remember? Yeah, I think it was like a 1 mil or 1.5 mil difference on the spline size, but it was very, very small. And the Volkswagen ones, no, you won't be able to break them. So very confident with those. I think that's it. That's shafts. What else? What I'm forgetting something?
Don't think so. Is it going to be like a new starter with everything as well?
Yeah, new starter. Unless there is a starter motor that is very good condition, I'm going to leave it on. But usually, just to be honest, I think it's not worth it. We just
starters are really good.
Yeah,
that's one I use.
And this is the one that Steve has, and you see what it spins very quick, does it?
Yeah, it's the best one I've had. So, you know, it seems mad not to.
So there you go.
Oh, it'll be a new breather there as well.
Oh yes,
that's another common failure point.
Yeah, that's something that usually breaks on these engines and causes a dramatic scene because sprays the oil everywhere, and so it looks like the engine is completely blown.
Doesn't cause any problems. It makes a mess.
Makes a mess, exactly.
And anything there, well, that's the thing. That's part of the reason you change all this. Is because it's easy to do now. You know, it gives people a lot less to worry about.
Yes.
Because I did mine. I left this standard, and then a week after or so, I fitted the engine. I had to change it, and that's a pain in the ass. If it's all done now.
No problems. Oh, that's another thing. The plenum needs to be changed. We use the BAM style plenum because the throttle body has to be on this side. Usually come on this side. It doesn't fit the chassis. Also like you say, you remember me to get the banks. The intake sensor, I'm going to put them before the throttle body, and it's going to be on this side because although you can remove it from this side, because we did remove it once.
Yeah, I've done it. We've done it. It's just a pain, and if you're trying to make a nice car to live with,
it's a pain. So
put it in a nicer place.
It's not much work. I'm gonna replace it. I'm gonna put it here so it's easy to access once the engine is in the car. No pains, no whatever. Well, this engine is actually much easier to work on already anyway.
Than the standard engine.
But we said that before already. So another thing is that look at this stuff. This is all original breeders, one-way valves, vacuums, EGRs, and all the stuff that is actually not needed on this car.
Tons of stuff.
Tons.
And there's more than this.
Yeah, it's more than this.
This isn't even all of it.
No, this is just the biggest stuff, and
Yeah,
a lot of stuff I removed.
You've got the bypass valve stuff. You've got the air pump.
But that's what happens, and then people complain the engines are not reliable. No, these engines are very reliable. You just have to take care of them.
Look at these. Look at all that. All the wire things and blah blah blah, and none of that's needed. That is literally, you know, just basically it's a thing that makes the bypass valve open if it goes into limpo mode.
Yeah.
Which is not needed.
No.
But it adds so much complication.
So yeah, all of that gone makes everything first of all cleaner. Second of all, less stuff to go wrong with. Actually, there's nothing left to go wrong with.
So simple.
It's simpler, simple, easy to work on it. It just makes overall everything much more reliable.
Well, that's the thing. By easy to work on, you know, wow. A standard 1ZZ, not easy to work on. A V6 or whatever, swapping one of these, impossible to work on. These are beautiful because, like, this is on the bulkhead side, but you can remove the whole inlet manifold in situ, no problem still. There's plenty of room. 5 minutes, whole thing comes off. This side's at the back.
Yeah.
I mean, on my car here, I've got the gearbox off.
Yeah.
I did it on my own. Gearbox is off. And I had to remove no water pipes, none of the wiring loom, nothing. All I had to do is remove a couple of the boost pipes, and that might not, you know, and undo the gear linkage from the gearbox. Comes off, and I did it on my own. Without having to remove anything.
I don't want to interrupt you now. On the camera, probably doesn't see because the angle is first. You got here this, and your turbo is further away. But if you can check it, the diameter of your turbo compressor is as big as your clutch.
Pretty much. Pretty bloody much.
But yeah, back to us. Everything is simple. You remove the gearbox very, very easily. You know, drop it on one side and comes off. Yeah. So this is another thing. Is like some conversions are nice, do make sense and all that stuff. But then you have to live with the car afterwards. The beauty of the MR2 and the 1.8 20 valve turbo is that it makes the car better afterwards. It makes the car better and easier to work with, cheaper to work with, well, more reliable. That's obviously normal stuff, and
much cheaper to tune.
Much cheaper to tune.
Anything else, really.
Exactly.
You know.
These issues are tunable.
Parts availability is the easiest thing in the world because, you know, every single part you can imagine, every sensor, everything for 180. Yeah. Euro car parts, they've probably got it in stock. You can get it in 2 minutes. You know, genuine Bosch parts.
From here to America to Brazil, these engines are absolutely everywhere. Yeah. Parts and everything.
And you can go, wow, as powerful as you want.
And this will go standard engine, obviously, all checking all the stuff, because we have to get the issue with the immobilizer removed and the basic map, which they come what 250 to 70 brakes roughly.
What, with just a basic map?
Yeah, just a basic map.
Between 250, 265, but more than that in torque.
Yeah.
But even torque, you know, it's limited, but it's plenty. But even it's 265 and say 280 pound-foot of torque at least.
And that's plenty to go.
And that's a lot in a little MR2 with like pretty much instant spool with a little KO3S. Yeah. And then you can go to whatever you want from there.
And then from there, loads of power. So I think we covered everything, and I can only say thank you again for being patient. We're back in the workshop. Well, I'm back in the workshop. You've always been here.
I'm always here. Yeah.
He's always here. It's me. Honestly, 2 days a week it wasn't enough. I was trying, but
I mean, you did bits and pieces and work stuff out.
Yeah, we carried forward, but not much.
You know, build stuff. That's all.
it's just the people, you know, just loads of emails and messages, people waiting. I'm pretty sure some people went different direction as well, because it's just, can I get this stuff? Can I get this stuff? It's like, well, I'm waiting for the shafts. They should call me back next week. They didn't. Yeah. And they call me back again. They have changed the company. And eventually I found a different company. I personally went there. Actually, this is the last one. But it's all time. It's all time consuming, money consuming, all that stuff. But now we're at the stage where I'm actually starting to build this stuff. I mean, there's only a couple of engines there waiting to be built. And this is going to be done next week and going into the chassis. And then we get the next one.
The good thing is, this will be in and running relatively quickly.
Yeah.
And then you'll be able to do videos and everything, showing people what even this is like. And this, even though it's sort of standard, it's going to be a fucking weapon in a little MRT. So, because we know what mine was like with...
I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to give it to Steve. He's good at reviewing cars and testing and all that stuff.
Breaking them.
Yeah, breaking them. No, there's
nothing to break on this.
That's the thing, there's nothing to break it. There's nothing to break it. Just break in the new clutch and off you go. And
that's the beautiful thing, the clutch handles way more, because even I use the same clutch with tons more and tons of abuse. Never ever slipped, even with my kind of launching it all the time on semi-slicks. So it's good, it's really good.
Good. Right, that's it. I don't want to make another long video, and I think that we cover everything. Next week I'm going to try to go back to all the emails, all the messages again. If I miss someone, please message me again. I'll try to go back to you as soon as possible. The next video I'm probably going to make to explain how to fit all this stuff.
Yeah, while you're doing it.
Yeah, while I'm doing this, how to fit, even, you know,
maybe a bit of
all this stuff, how it fits, you know, how to adjust it, how to make the most of it. There you go. That's enough.
See you later.
Bye bye.